Hey everyone, I'm Pixels. Welcome back to the channel. Quick note before we jump in, I'm not on camera today. I'm really not feeling great, and instead of forcing it, I figured we'd just lean into what this video actually is. Numbers and a little bit of statistical therapy. So I hope you're okay with a full spreadsheet mode today. So as I said, we're leaning into data, which is appropriate because this video started as a statistical experiment. I thought I just wanted the numbers, but I ended up kind of learning how hope works, or I guess more precise, how I was crushed by hope. This makes it feel really deliberate. Expectations versus reality, math versus emotions, and ultimately why we chase cards. Here's something you might not know about me. I have a master's degree, I'm trained in research and statistics, I have multiple publications, and I watched 21,000 packs of Ascendant Heroes get opened because I wanted to know if the math actually means anything, and specifically what it means for pulling the cards that I really, really want from this set. If an SIR, for example, is 1 in 80 packs, why do some lucky bums pull 2 in 10 packs, and I've pulled 0 SIRs in 200 packs of Destined Rivals? This question bothers me more than it should have, because statistically, both of these outcomes are possible. I know this. But they don't feel possible. Mostly, they just feel really unfair. Okay, so this is really where my research brain kicks in. I'm trained to think in distributions. I trust large sample sizes. I know that variance stabilizes over scale. Over enough trials, that number will settle. And 21,000 packs, well, that's scale. At that size, we're not guessing anymore, we're measuring. If I'm being honest, though, this wasn't just about math, because when you're the one sitting at 0 in 200, variance doesn't feel like a concept. It feels really personal. So before we look at some numbers, I want to say that I'm going to try to not overwhelm you with all the math that was involved in this, but I am going to have math on the screen. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them as they come up. I just feel that it's really important for anybody that does know the math or wants to know the math that they can see it. So let's jump right into this, guys. Okay, so here's what I tracked. I focused on the main rarities. So my exact pack number was 20,740 packs. I watched this over a 2-week period on YouTube, watching pack after pack after pack get opened by collectors, YouTubers, and ribbon shippers. So this is what I found. 612 mega attack rares were pulled, which equals roughly 1 in 34 packs. 1,940 IRs, which is roughly 1 in 11 packs. 1,082 URs, which is roughly 1 in 19 packs. 253 total SIRs were pulled, which is 1 in 82 packs. 23 total hyper rares, also known as gold cards, were pulled, which is 1 in 902 packs. And finally, 16 God packs were pulled in the 21,000 packs, which is roughly 1 in 1,296 packs. You'll notice I didn't track EX cards here just because at this scale, the data set would have just exploded. My goal wasn't to catalog everything, it was to understand how the top end distributions behave. And if you're curious about EX rates specifically, Danny Phantom had a great breakdown where he kept track of all the EXs pulled, every single one of them. He also kept track of all of the pulls within each rarity. So I'll leave that link down below and you should definitely check that out. So I didn't just track rarities. I tracked some specific SIRs. Not all of them, because again, this would have been a lot, but I tracked the 2 main chases, Gengar and Dragonite, because I felt that that would be important. And I'm glad I did, because anytime people have found out that I'm doing this video, they want to know how much Gengar and Dragonite showed up. I also tracked my own chases because I'm selfish and I wanted to see how much they showed up in the data. So this was Lily's Clefairy, Forest Chew, and Rainbow Chew. And I expect at least with the last 2, other people are going to really want to know how often Forest Chew and Rainbow Chew showed up. This is because rarity odds tell us about the set, but these specific odds tell us about the experience. And let's face it, when we're opening sets, we don't just want any SIR or IR. There are definitely some we can personally do without seeing and others we want to see. For example, I don't want to see Hawlucha, Emboar, or Metagross. I want to see Forest Chew, Rainbow Chew, Lily's Clefairy. I don't want to see, I don't know, Team Rocket's Mimikyu. I want to see that Psyduck because I'm a player and I need like 4 of those across different decks for play. So there are 22 SIRs in the set. If everything is perfectly even within the rarity, each SIR should show up about 11 or 12 times across our data set. That's expected value. And this is really important because expected value is long run averages. It's what happens across thousands of trials. It does not guarantee your outcome or my outcome. See, when the math says 1 in 80 packs, it doesn't mean your 80 packs. It's the average that exists across thousands of packs. It's a pattern across the crowd, not a guarantee for the individual. Think about flipping a coin. If I flip a coin once, it's 50-50. But that doesn't mean I get heads every other flip. I might get 5 heads in a row. That wouldn't break the math. Over thousands of flips, it balances out. The proportion of heads approaches 50%. But in the short term, it can look really chaotic. Pull rates work exactly the same way. A 1 in 80 SIR rate doesn't mean your next 80 packs will contain 1 SIR. It means that if we open tens of thousands of packs, the average lands near 1 in 80. Short term, the distribution can feel widely unfair. Long term, it stabilizes. But there's a problem here. Most collectors don't open packs in the long term. We open them in bursts. We bounce around to new sets. We don't open thousands and thousands of packs unless we are a rip and shipper or a YouTuber or a deep pocket monster or a PokeRev that are generally doing it for work and with the funds to do it, right? So what's the TLDR in terms of specifics? So any SIR, this breaks down to a 1.22% chance per pack that you're opening, or 1 in 82 packs. But if we're looking at a specific SIR, so if I want to pull the Rainbow Chew, that's less than a 1% chance per pack I open, or 1 in 1,803 packs. Okay, so let's talk about what actually happened in our data set in regards to specific cards. And I should note that these numbers that you're seeing on the screen don't include the SIRs that were in God packs. They were recorded as God packs. So with that out of the way, Gengar, I was very happy and unhappy at the same time to see how these numbers came out. And we'll get to why in a couple of minutes. But I'm sure my comments will show why, and that will be people screaming that Pokemon short printed Gengar and Dragonite, because both of these cards only showed up 5 times across the 21,000 packs. Lily's Clefairy showed up 10 times, Forest Chew 9 times, and Rainbow Chew 12 times. So statistically, we can model the distribution of one card across the total 253 total SIRs that were pulled. If every SIR is equally likely, each one should average about 11 to 12 copies. So how unusual is getting only 5 copies of a specific SIR? I think this is an important conversation to have, considering Gengar and Dragonite only showed up 5 times. There's something called natural variance around that average. In this case, the typical swing, which statisticians would call the standard deviation, is about 3 copies. So landing at 5 copies is roughly 2 standard deviations below the average. So what the heck does this actually mean? It means it's noticeably low, and I'm sure you figured that out. But it's not impossible. For one specific named card, the probability of seeing 5 or fewer copies is about 2.5%, or roughly 1 in 40. That sounds really dramatic, but here's the part that matters. There are 22 SIRs in this set. So what's the probability that at least one of our chase cards ends up that low just by chance? It's about 45%, almost a coin flip. So yes, for one specific card, 5 looks rare. Across 22 cards, it's pretty normal. That's what randomness looks like when you spread it across categories. Gengar and Dragonite absolutely ran cold. The others, though, mostly within expectation. Does that prove short printing that's probably going to be yelled about in my comments? Maybe, but statistically, Probably not. Because with 253 total SIR events across 22 categories, variation like this is completely expected. Okay, guys, we're going to look at a real world example of this variance that I'm talking about that just worked out so perfectly. So I found Wenzel TCG while I was looking for rip and shippers and collectors and whatnot on YouTube so that I could actually get my sample size. So I found Wenzel TCG, a rip and shipper. He was actually running a vault event where cracking the vault required pulling the Gengar SIR. So the idea was for every 5 packs people bought, 1 went into this vault, and whoever hit the Gengar won every pack in the vault. Now, remember our odds. He should have hit the Gengar at around 1,803 packs. But in practice, well, it doesn't always work that way. So in practice, and remember, he was also selling other packs on stream. Those weren't included in the 7,496 packs. That was solely Ascended Heroes. But he opened 7,496 Ascended Heroes packs. In that, he pulled 6 gold cards, 3 god packs, and then he opened other packs on his stream and pulled an Umbreon and a Magikarp, and then many, many Marnie SIRs. And by many, I mean like 10.
On the ball. Oh, Grimmsnarl SIR. Oh my. Nice, Manuel. Oh, it's the second Marnie of the night. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Oh my gosh, that's like the 4th one, bro. Yep. Bro. Oh my gosh. That card sucks. I'm sick of Marnie. No! Burn it! Burn her. Burn the witch.
And of course, if that wasn't bad enough, this Marnie one probably hurt the most, but also in a hilarious, perfect kind of way, especially for my purposes here.
Punch Crow. 2 more. God back!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, this could be it.
Who is this?
This
Angel?
could be it.
Oh
Oh!
my gosh. Finally.
Oh my gosh. Angel.
Here we
Good
go.
luck. God pack.
Here we go.
God pack.
Here we go.
Scrafty.
Is it done?
Electros.
Is it done?
Diancie. Come on, Gengar. Pikachu. Diancie. Lacanium. Frostlass. Oh my gosh. Where is it? It's going to be in here. And more.
You've got to be kidding me.
Bellybolt.
One more,
Last one.
You've got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me! Oh my gosh! Bro! I'm lost for words. Stupid Marnie!
Where's Gengar?
How is that even possible?
Where's Gengar? Where's Gengar? Where's Gengar?
Oh my gosh.
There's no way.
Angel, it's still
Angel,
crazy.
congratulations on that God pack.
This was all before hitting the Gengar. And by the way, the winner did end up winning 1,874 packs. So variance will give you Umbreon miracles before it actually gives you what you want. But here, the odds weren't wrong, they just weren't personal. Of course, when you finally hit the chase card, the dopamine spike is real, even when it isn't your packs. Let's watch Wenzel finally hit that Gengar, and in the best possible way.
Last one.
God pack! Oh my gosh, Andrew! This could be it! This could be it! Oh, I think it's it! Gengar! Oh my gosh! hits the votes! Oh my gosh! Holy smokes! We finally did it!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, that was the same God pack that we pulled the first time. Oh my gosh.
Andrew.
Andrew! One spot! Oh my gosh, what a God pack. Andrew! Are you in the chat, bro?
Moments like this are why people open packs. It's not just about probability, it's about the release, the buildup, the tension, the payoff, the experience, the emotional swing. It's really, really powerful. But it doesn't always look like Wenzel's marathon grind either. Let's look at one more example that I came across this week. Deep Pocket Monster. This was actually really funny. He was actually learning about pull rates from me, which makes this even funnier. And then he pulls a card that he didn't even realize was going to be huge. I don't think I explained it very well, so I'll just insert the clip here.
And the coil, thank you so much for the super. Pixels and Coco, I like that name, and now I want a hot chocolate. Working on pull rates vid, watch 20K packs open, IRs 1 to 10, ultra rares 1 to 20, MARs 1 to 33. We're doing really good on the MARs. Gold is one of 978 packs. What in the tarnation? God pack 1 of 1,511 lemon. Hope you find this interesting. Definitely interesting, and also that is crazy. That is crazy that it's like that. Pancham, Puchiena, Ultra Ball is a guilty pleasure of mine. Such a good movie and a good musical. Yes, I've seen the musical. My wife and I really enjoyed it. Oh, chat. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Is it? Is it? Is this the Gold Dragonite? This would be a $500 pull. 1 out of over 1,000 pack chance to get this, please. Pitch perfect, yes, also great. Aka awesome, please. Because there could be an item gold card. There used to be like stadium gold cards. Oh my gosh, we could use this for the thumbnail, Dan. There are so many things riding on this. $500 for Dave. Our first gold in a while. Is it? Is there only 1 gold in this? Did we get it? Oh my gosh, please. Please. Dude, the chat's going crazy.
Come on, baby.
Let's go the Charizard! Yes! 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 Forgot the Y form of Charizard was in here. I was looking for the Dragonite, which is probably in Mega Dream. This is what we're looking for! Let's go! Oh my gosh, yes! 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 Oh yeah! Let's go! Wow, I have never seen this in person. Oh, let's go, dude. Let's go.
See, DPM hadn't seen the full set list yet. So when he saw that gold, he wasn't even sure if it was going to be good gold. This could be an item card or a weird Pokemon that nobody cares about. Meanwhile, chat absolutely knew. Chat was exploding. They knew there was only 2 hyper rares in this set, and it was either the gold Dragonite, which is what DPM was really saying that he was chasing, because that was what was in Mega Dream, so he was super excited about it, or the gold Charizard. Why? This is the other side of variance. Sometimes you grind for thousands of packs for hours upon hours to hit your chase, and sometimes you accidentally pull it without realizing what just happened. But statistically, the Wenzel experience, the long, frustrating climb, is far more common than the casual, oops, I forgot that was in the set hit. And that contrast is exactly why pull rates feel so emotional. Okay, so what does this mean if your goal is a master set? Specifically, if your goal is to pull the master set. So let's walk through this rarity by rarity mathematically. For the MAR set, you're looking at about an average of 615 packs, which is already thousands of dollars depending on pack price. Moving on to ultra rares, this pushes it a little bit higher, roughly 873 packs expected. Illustration rares, this really jumps significantly just because there's 33 cards in the set, bringing us to an average of 1,400 packs to pull all 33 IRs in the set. Moving on to gold cards, see, you would think that this would be easier to pull because there's only 2 of them. But because of the rarity, which is almost as rare as a god pack, you're looking at roughly 2,700 packs to pull both hyper rares. SIRs. This is the big one and kind of where everything bottlenecks. The SIR set kind of dominates the math. Roughly 6,656 packs expected. In practice, by the time you complete the SIR set, you'll almost certainly have finished the MARs, the URs, the IRs, and very likely the golds as well. But remember, these are expected averages, not guarantees. Completing a set is a duplicate game, and duplicates get brutal near the end. So ultimately, watching 20,000 packs taught me something really uncomfortable. The odds don't care what you want. When it says 1 in 1,500 on the spreadsheet, it doesn't mean you're 1,500. So what does this mean for collecting? If your goal is efficiency, buying a specific SIR through packs is statistically the most expensive way to get it. That doesn't make opening packs wrong, it just means you're not buying a card, you're buying an experience. Buying singles is precision. Opening packs is entertainment with probability attached to it. If your goal is a master set, the more specific your goal, the more variance works against you. And if you're chasing one card, that's where it really hurts the most. Because when you only care about one outcome, every other hit feels like a miss. The math is accurate, but it isn't personal. And understanding the odds doesn't remove the emotion. It ultimately just explains it. So after 20,000 packs, I trust the math, but I really respect the variance because the odds are real. They're just not promises. Now, if you want to see more videos like this on future sets, please let me know in the comments below. This took a lot of work and a lot of hours. Also, please let me know what your specific chase cards are from this set, if this is even a set you're interested in. And if you enjoyed this video and got this far, please like and sub. It really helps my small channel, and I really hope to catch you in the next one.
White in the shadows, red in my sight. They say when I'm seen, something's not right.